Good afternoon, Abhijit ji.
Good afternoon.
We'll wait for a 2 minute so that the students can join the session. Thereafter, we'll start officially.
Sure.
Mustaqim, are we live on YouTube and the other team members, anyone is in lobby? अगर कोई लॉबी में हो तो उनको इन कर दीजिएगा. आशीष, मुस्तकीम.
सर एक बार कंफर्म करके बताता हूँ सर मैं.
हाँ, कोई लॉबी में है क्या, एक बार चेक कर लेना.
ये तो सीमा जी देखेंगी.
Good afternoon, friends. Smart India Hackathon Grand Finale participants. Welcome to all of you. Today, we have another session in the topic of AI/ML. And to address this topic, we have one more guest, one more speaker with is Avjit Datta. Avjit ji, good afternoon. Welcome to the session.
Hi, thank you.
Just to brief, yes, welcome ji. Just to brief about Mr. Avjit Datta, he's a senior data scientist, data and architect analyst, and the trained with around 18 plus years of experience in ML, generative AI, data analytics, and cloud computing. Mr. Avjit is an expert in predictive modeling, deep learning, NLP, and computer vision with hands-on experience in Gen AI platforms like OpenAI, LangChain, LangGraph, and Databricks. Avjit skilled in MLO, MLOps, MLOps, data engineering, analytics, reporting, data warehousing, and lakehouse architecture. Currently, Avjit is leading AI/ML solution at Tata Consultancy Service, that is TCS, and delivering training programs to empower the other professionals also. So with this deep understanding and the expert background, I welcome Mr. Avjit Datta to address today's session. Over to you, Avjit ji.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let me share my screen before I start. You all can hear me clear, right?
Yeah, you're audible.
Perfect. So you can see my screen, right?
No. Now it is visible.
Okay, okay. Um, Sorry, there may be a little bit of network interruption because for some reason TCS network was not allowing me to enter the WebEx. So I had to use my mobile network to connect. So anyway, hopefully things will be fine. Hello, everybody. As you already understood, I'm kind of a professional working in AI and ML and more than 18
Just
years of experience.
one request, Avjit ji,
Uh,
if you can full screen your PPT, that will be good.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And another unfortunate, like I will apologize in the initial that the PPT may not look very nice because I just prepared it in one day. But I have filled up the information you need, and at any point of time, if related to any slide, anybody have any question, please ask, don't hesitate. And at the end, we'll have the Q&A session as well, of course. Okay, so let me start. I have the agenda like, okay. So into all of you has good understanding of ML and AI, but I'll just uh, spend a couple of slides to give just a brief introduction. Then I will showcase a industry that I have delivered in machine learning and what are the some very interesting thing that you will see when you are implementing an industry, when you are doing a hackathon or doing in Kaggle competition, you mostly concentrating on the technical part, how to achieve. But when you are delivering it for industry, technical part is of course there, but along with that, you have to make sure you are uh, satisfying the customer requirement. So that's the very primary thing. Then introduction to GenAI a little bit, few slides. Then a industry use case on GenAI. then few slides on hackathon, and then you will have Q&A. But as I said, in case of in any slide, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Ask. I'll try to answer based on my knowledge. Okay. So introduction to classical ML. We call it classical ML or traditional ML after we introduced with GenAI. Okay. So why should industries adopt machine learning? This is a very old topic rather. For long, the industries has adopted machine learning, but I'll just like to iterate a couple of stuff here. Uh, Prior to 80s, we all the solutions that we were developing in the IT industry uh, was developed to some programming language, suppose Java or C, C++, like that at that point of time. And we are building logics based on some rules, like we are using if-else condition, loops, and all. So some mathematical conditions we are applying in the program. But we started machine learning, adopting machine learning 80s or 90s in rigorously because for some cases where we cannot really achieve a solution using a rule-based model, or we don't really have a way to come up with a rule-based algorithm to solve a problem. So it says in traditional programming, a human writes explicit rules for a computer to follow. In machine learning, the computer is given examples of input and their desired output, and it learns itself to figure out the rules, figure out the logics. So that's what machine learning does. So that's why last 2-3 decades, machine learning has increased scope or opportunity a lot in the IT industries. A lot of companies has adopted different new solution which they didn't think of earlier. You know about training, predictions, these things. I'm going to detail of that. But if anybody have any questions, anytime can ask. So, what a machine learning solution life cycle look like? So it starts with the data engineering. That's the main is that in terms of industry solution, the data is not ready for your machine learning. Like it's not that it's already in a table and you or in Excel sheet or CSV and you just start your feature engineering or exploratory data analysis on top of that. So first thing you have to prepare the data. You have to know where the data is. Data may be in a structured, maybe unstructured, maybe in different scattered in different systems, different servers. So you'll have to integrate those, prepare the data, maybe integrate the data, summarize the data. Then it is in a position to start with your ML related processing or exploratory data analysis or feature engineering. So industry use cases, that's very important. Model engineering, to train the model, evaluate it, see how it is behaving, test using the matrices. Then model validation, that's what I was saying, like validation using the matrices, how good it is. Model deployment, so that is again a very important part. Um, when you are trying to productionize a solution, deployment is very important so that it comply with the CI/CD model. Uh, so like Git, DevOps, you have heard about these. Those things are highly used in this case. Nowadays, like Docker also used for any to productionize ML solutions as well. So it requires in different scenarios, different projects, but this is very important. Model productionizations, that's what it's saying again, pipeline, automation, compute optimization, sanity checks. So make everything perfect before it goes to production available. Model consumption, so when we are making it available for the end user, we'll have to set up the security, access control, business process integration, etc., so that it can be really utilized by the business user. Monitoring, retrain, so as you know, model used to data drift happens, so model needs to retrain periodically. Model governance, there are a lot of tools in the market nowadays, Databricks, AI Foundry, Azure, SageMaker. So a lot of cloud-based applications are there to manage this kind of or make the governance of this kind of ML model. I'll go to the next slide. Why should industry? Okay, why I came back here? Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, I forgot to change the header of the slide. Okay, but what it says, the benefit what we get from the ML implementation in industry. So industries uses machine learning to enhance efficiency, improve decision making, and drive innovation by automating repetitive tasks, analyzing vast amount of data for patterns, and enabling advanced features like predictive maintenance and personalized customer experience. So I'll just go through the headings. The automation and efficiency, you can understand a lot of manual jobs. It makes automated data-driven insights. Earlier, we only have some tabular dashboard reports to analyze. Now we have more insight using the ML. Predictive maintenance. It helps predictive maintenance of different business solutions. Enhance customer experience, customer get better solution, risk management like fraud management and all. So I won't spend more time. If anybody have any questions, please ask. Otherwise, I will go to the industry use case because ML you already know. The industry use case may add some value to you. Okay. Yeah. Anybody have any question? Okay. So this is a industry use case for a printer company. So the printer company provides a kind of managed service to manage print service. That means the printer company. Sorry.
Hello, sir. Yes, go, go.
Yes.
I will
Any question or any suggestion? Anybody? Hello. You all good? You can hear me clear, right? And see the screen, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So this use case is regarding a printer company who not just sell the printers, they also manage the printer and its supplies. That means it comes up with some agreement with the customer, 5 years or 10 years, that whatever supplies you need, like cartridges, pages, etc., the manufacturer will provide, and they will have some contractual agreement based on supplies usage. The company will charge. And I cannot tell you the exact name of the company because that is one of our customers. So I'm just making it. The name is ABC. So for this ABC company, what we will try to predict what the requirement of the customer was when the cartridges is going to become empty. Uh, So thing is that suppose we have cloud solutions because nowadays all printing services happens from cloud, and these printers at customer locations are get everyday printing pages. And what we will have to predict that when the cartridge is going to finish. So suppose when cartridges finishes and they calls up that our cartridges are finished, please refill, then they probably will wait for a few days and then cartridge will be refilled. So customer satisfaction will be decreased. So we'll have to make sure we refill the cartridges before it's become empty. And also we'll have to make sure we do not refill it too early so that we waste a lot of ink which was there on the earlier cartridge. So the purpose of this project is to predict days to depletion, how long we have that the cartridge needs to refill. So that's the number of days we'll have to predict. So so let me tell a little bit about this MPS service. That's what it says. MPS serves optimizing and organization's printing device by monitoring usage and managing supplies efficiently. So it's globally they have printers. So suppose Walmart, suppose McDonald's, they all are maybe customer, maybe Citibank, maybe they are maybe all are using a customers printer. So I'm just taking a name as example, not the exact customer. So what I'm trying to say that globally, the company has printer installed in different companies who are the customer of our customer. And they are using this managed print service. And the service is of course cloud-based. All drivers, firmware, driver, everything updated through cloud. Every usage of the print, each page printed, everything monitored through cloud. Okay, so this is the MPS model. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, the importance of predicting supplies depletion that I was talking about. So uh, unplanned print supply depletion causes downtime. That's what I say. It's like they won't be able to print the pages if the cartridge is not refilled. Need for predictive analytics. Predicting supply depletion helps maintain uninterrupted service, right? Benefits and accurate predictions. Accurate supply predictions enable proactive replacement, reduce cost, and improve customer satisfaction, right? So if correct in time, if it's replaced, customer is happy. Also, cost is reduced because when a cartridge is almost about to empty, it will be replaced. Complexity in large deployments. Large-scale deployment with diverse devices and usage patterns require advanced predictive and analytics for optimization. So there are a lot of big customer who are a lot of printer and installed. So there we need this kind of advanced predictive analytics to manage those printers, MPS services. Okay, so the very high level architecture, what they have printers and the cloud print service, which controls all the printing. It it both way communication, do the printing and also collect the printing data. And once it collects the printing data, when it collects the printing data, it stores in AWS some Lambda function. It stores in a AWS S3 bucket. So every page is printed in whatever location, in whatever printer is there, in whichever country, in whichever customer, everything getting stored in the S3 bucket. So says in a cloud print service, data processing involves routing the print job from user's device to the remote and cloud-based server, which then processes the job and sends it to the correct printer. So if you are a user, you are sorry, if you are a user, you are sending the request for printing. It is going to the printer, and when the printing happening, whatever process happening, everything getting stored in the Amazon S3. ABC leverages AW Kinesis data stream. So it's I don't know if you in syllabus if you started about stream analytics. So when we have a lot of data coming every second, there are thousands of records coming. That's kind of stream, continuous flow of data. So this is also the same case, continuous flow of data. And Kinesis is one of the very well-known tool for AWS, which helps to capture the streaming data and stores in a target location. In this case, it is Amazon S3. Okay. So now we have currently. Um, currently current state overview. So they currently what they did when we started the project before we really implement, they also had some solution. So that's why it says prediction, rule-based algorithm. So they created some rule-based algorithm to predict when a cartridge is going to get empty. And they implemented it and it somewhat works. It has under 60% of accuracy, but the customer was not happy with that because the end customer becomes unhappy when you replace the cartridge after it gets empty. Or suppose you replace the cartridge lot before it's going to get empty. So you lose some money. Your cartridge has a lot of ink left. So the current system lacks adaptability and struggles with dynamic usage patterns, causing inefficiencies and downtime. So that's what uh, we'll have to solve. We'll have to figure out a solution using machine learning to improve this rule-based solution. Problem statement, low prediction accuracy. So current rule-based has only 60% accuracy or less than that. Operational disruption, inaccurate supply prediction caused premature or delayed replenishment, disrupting operations and rising costs. That's what I just explained. Lack of adaptability. Rule-based system fail to adapt to changes pattern, limiting the effectiveness in dynamic environment. So as we know, in machine learning, we monitor the data, we identify the data drift and retrain the model. So in rule-based cases, you don't have those kind of options to do. So you you loses your accuracy when your data pattern changes. So business objectives. So we need adopting machine learning. That's what ABC wanted. Data-driven approach. The solution learns from historical usage data and adapts to changing conditions in improving accuracy. So that we can do using machine learning, improved supply management, enhanced operational efficiency. So like transition to machine learning supports better decision making and operational efficiency in service. Right? So we'll see how we operationalize that or implemented ML. So that's the main thing we want to learn from this session. Implementation approach. So sorry. So as I was saying in a previous slide that when you are working for an industry, the data is not ready. So you will have to prepare the data. So that plays a big role. So if you try to understand the architecture, it's not a detailed architecture, it's a high level architecture. Suppose this is S3 bucket. It's like kind of Hadoop architecture you can understand, where you have the blob storage, where you have the data stored here in the S3 bucket, and it's huge data because it's streaming data getting stored here. Every second, thousands of records getting stored. And so what we did, part of our data processing job, what we did before we started anything implementing on ML, the data processing part, that is that bring the data into Azure because the customer wanted us to implement the machine learning in Databricks within Azure subscription. So we had to first move the data from AWS to Azure Data Lake blob storage. So that is kind of the raw layer. So data from S3 bucket will be streamed into the Azure Data Lake blob storage. The data will be processed using the Medallion architecture. I don't know if you are aware of Medallion architecture. It's not new. It's there for a few years, where you can create your data platform using bronze, silver, and gold layers. Bronze generally contains the raw data with minimal changes. Silver may be your data warehouse. Uh, and gold maybe your some summary tables or requirement specific tables. So that is how, in general, concept of Mendelian architecture and the architecture also we follow using data bricks. In backend, all the tables are data tables, and backend of the data tables are Parquet files. So it's just a metadata layer of tables. It gives you the capability of calculating or manipulating, querying using SQL kind of queries. So that's highly used in the industry nowadays. If you have question, I will try to elaborate that further, but otherwise I will go ahead. The silver level will hold, for our case, will hold clean and detailed data. We didn't go for a such data warehouse. More or less, we kept the model similar to the source, while the gold layer will store some aggregated data or summary data. Data processing has been will be performed using Apache Spark. So you may have worked on Apache Spark. That's very highly used nowadays for distributed processing. Make the high volume of data processing very fast. AI/ML model will be developed in Azure Databricks, leveraging both silver and gold layer data. So we will be requiring detail level and aggregated level data as our feature data. The predicted results will be written back to the gold layer, and Power BI will be visualize these predictions through interactive reports. So we will be using this Azure Databricks for machine learning development. The code will be using Spark. The branch, it comes from storage to Azure storage to bronze first, bronze to silver, silver to gold. And this silver and gold becomes the input for the ML model preparation. And that is done, the ML model within Azure Databricks environment. And when we do the prediction, train the model, do the prediction, and we'll store the data again back to the gold layer, and Power BI will access that data and show as a tabular dashboard to the end users for their analysis. Now, this this has different stage you can understand, like from S3 to data lake storage. You will have to set up pipelines for that. That is the ingestion part. From there, you are putting data into the branch layer, that is as a delta table, and backend as a Parquet file. From bronze to silver, that is again delta table. Silver to gold, that is again delta table. So there's lot of data processing involved. So maybe one third or half of the project we spent in the preparing the data, because it's a high volume of data. Okay, so we have more detail in the data processing here, which you already discussed. So couple of things I'll reiterate here. I don't know if you have heard about autoloader. Autoloader is a concept like when you are putting the files from S3 to Azure Data Lake, autoloader will automatically pick it up and drop in the branch layer based on your script you have written in using PySpark. So that's a very important thing. Bronze to silver data cleaned and induced to lookup integration also stored as data table. So lookup integration means there are sometimes lot of tables which have some code and value mapping table. So we integrate those with the primary table, and do not keep lot many tables in the silver layer. Make it more simpler so that data retrieval become easier. Finally, the gold layer was created using delta tables to support analytics containing aggregated data at a lower granularity. So aggregated, so grain becomes low. All transformations and processing are executed using data metrics and Apache Spark notebook. Let me know if anybody have any questions. Cart is a specific feature. So the next thing was that data has been prepared. So job was to identify the feature. So if you see the data, in data there is couple of hundreds of columns are there. So we are not going to use that. So when you are practically implementing ML solution for a customer, it's you have to understand the data, and to understand the data, some statistical operation is not just enough. You need to understand the domain. That means you need to understand the business. So to be very specific, you need to understand what are the different criteria that can impact usage of a cartridge. So for that, you have to speak with the business to identify it. You have 200 or 300 columns. You can do some Pearson correlation, try to figure out importance feature, but that may not always help because business knows the best how the cartridge is being used. Yeah. Any question? Okay. So these are some specific features we identified both analyzing the data and discussing with the business users. So like cartridge type model, there are different type of cartridge, different models, different manufacturer, cartridge ID and serial number. Yeah, that we want to use in the as a feature, but it's very important for each serial number. We have seen different usage. OEM or compatible remanufactured, whether it's a feature is indicating if cartridge is an original manufactured product or a third-party alternative. Installation date, because when the cartridge was first installed, how long it is being used. Day since installation, how long it's being used, and it is the date. Usage and performance features. So total number of pages printed per job, print volume, daily how many, weekly how many, monthly how many pages yield, color mode or black and white mode, print quality, resolution setting, what is the resolution setting has been done in a specific printer. So basically, whenever a customer has the printer, it may be a retail printer, small printer, or maybe a large printer in a corporate office. Whatever setting you are doing, that all being captured in the cloud. So all this data is available. Uh, Duplex printer, printing usage, print speed setting, etc. Okay. Then contextual environmental features like total pages printed with that cartridge, page printed per job. So I won't go through everything so you can understand this is printer related. So when you are doing it for a business or an industry, so this becomes very important. So your technical work of training a model maybe is just the 10-20% of your job. There is lot many things you will have to concentrate before you can properly deliver a project to customer and make it proper usage so that they are getting benefited from the project. More features like okay, these are feature engineering, the additional features that we created. Giving some example, from aggregated count of page usage, rolling averages, some 7 days, 15 days, or 30 days rolling averages, time series analysis. I will come to this time series. We also did something on time series, but just not right now. Transformation, applied some more formulas and logarithm formulas to get some different features. Encoding the categorical variable you have to encode. Interaction features, combining features such as total color, pages, printed multiplied by. So that's just some formulas you are using to create some new features. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now we tried multiple models. We started with some basic decision trees, random forest. We tried live GBM. We tried Escalon boosting regressor. And finally, we settled with XGBoost. Uh, so primarily XGBoost is an optimized distributed gradient boosting library, just a gradient boosting library implemented by some other packages also. But XGBoost has some additional features. What they're saying, boosting library designed for efficient and scalable training of machine learning models. So it's really helps when you have large volume of data. It works really fast. This is an ensemble learning method. That is the feature of boosting algorithm. If you have question, let ask me. I'll try to explain. Combines the predictions of multiple weak models to produce a strong prediction. That's how it does. The boosting meaning is that it makes the gives the weight to each of the tree. It tries to improve from the weaker tree to make the next tree stronger. So that's how the concept of boosting decision tree. So we used it, and that's what we achieve accuracy up to 85%, but not 85% at this level. We did some tricks to get 85. At this level, we achieved around 70% or so. We were struggling. Then I'll come to the next slide, how we achieved 85%, and then how further we could improve on top of that. Okay. Uh, So let me go to the bullet points. XGBoost decreaser was finally implemented after verifying with multiple models. As I say, we tried with multiple models. That's what you have to do. You cannot always start with XGBoost. You cannot always start with neural network. Not necessarily because they are one of the best models. You cannot start with this. You have to analyze the data and start with smaller models. Sometimes smaller model can be beneficial and cost effective as well. If a simple decision tree serves your purpose, why will you use the XGBoost? Why will you use neural network? Okay, so data sources, the Cloud Print Service, Silver and Gold layer are our data sources. The time frame we used for last 1.5 years data for printing, for training. Features, we finally came up with 60 odd features from 200 odd column. We left a lot of them, added some feature engineered column, and finally settled with around 60 columns. So as you know, we do the Pearson correlation to identify how it's correlated with the target. And not only that, when suppose I use 100 column, selected column, and do the training, and at the end you may have of the SAP values, right? The SAP values give you the feature importance of each of the features. So therefrom you can see which are very least importance, you can remove something. So doing all these activities and all, finally we settle down with 60 features. Data volume more than 100 million records. So that's huge. So that uh, there we had to settle down with one of the reasons settle down with XGBoost because it can handle large volume of data. Loss function MAP, mean absolute percentage error. We started with different uh, mean square error, or at some point we settled with mean absolute error, and then finally we settled with MAP because like mean absolute error when you thought because if dates to depletion sometime can give you negative also because you are predicting that the cartridge will go for next 5 days but or next 10 days but you figured out that it's already get empty, so your prediction was negative. So when the label comes, label value was becomes negative. So uh, I mean the target variable, the historical target variable. So there could be some negative value as well, difference between the actual and predicted. So that's why mean absolute value was important. But then we came up with mean absolute percentage error because suppose for this is where the domain knowledge importance, not just the technical stuff. Like suppose a printer may the days to depletion may be after 300 days because maybe that is a newly installed, and some cartridge maybe it's around 30 days left. So for 30 days, if you check the absolute error, absolute error, there may be, suppose there is a 10 days absolute error, and for 300 there is a 10 days also. For 300, 10 days is a very small number, so it doesn't. But for 30 days, 10 is a huge error, big error. So that's why percentage error was important for us when we used that, and we used initially around 70%. We used 85% we achieved. That I will show how in the next slide. So this is something differentiator which helped us to achieve that 85%. Let me explain how. ABC must initiate cartridge replacement with partner organizations 14 days before the cartridge is expected to run out, as the replacement process takes approximately 10 days from initiation. So what ABC want, that you give me the correct prediction before 14 days is getting empty, because that's the most important time. When it is left 14 days, I will initiate a ticket to my, or initiate a request to my partner, who manually goes and install the cartridge at the customer location. And to complete everything, there are a lot of approval process, payment process, everything. It takes around 10 days. So that's why this is 14 days is my most important number. That when the days to depletion is 14, it should be predicted very accurately. When the days to depletion is 100, if it is inaccurate, I don't bother. But 14 is my important. So what we did, we realized that we have to make the model needs to perform at its best when the predicted days to depletion falls between 10 to 20. So this is the best range where we have to make the model predict at its best. So to optimize accuracy, we introduced an additional feature that assigns higher weights within this range, creating a deliberate bias. So we made a manipulated bias in this model and add a feature which has some numbers, suppose have some higher value in between 10 to 20, when the DDA is 10 to 20, and made that model, when it gets trained, it tries to minimize error at this uh, uh, for those records where the DDA is between 10 to 20. So that deliberate bias helped us a lot, and from 70 we improved to 85%. So that says that the adjustment significantly improved accuracy of the target of 14 days to depletion. So there is another thing we did to improve it. We figured out, we made a lot of analysis, because it was around 90% was the requirement from the customer at least, and we are stuck on 85%. So we did a lot of analysis with the prediction data, and what we figured out, that for some model and region we have better performance, as for some model and feature we have poor performance. So the easy thing what we did, we created 4 different model and trained on these 4 different set of data, and then it was everyone was performing on an average or more than 80%, sorry, 90%. So we achieved more than 90% accuracy. Okay. So we suggested some alternative approaches which are at the end of the project, that it can be further improved. We did show a POC where we used a neural network, residual neural network, large neural network, which shown the accuracy can go up to 95%, but it requires a huge compute, huge set of GPU. But if customer want, that can be considered. So that's what we showed them. We showed them a proof of concept where we tried to implement it as a time series uh, algorithm, but it has multi-time series features, because it has number of type of cartridges products. Uh, Sorry, I have a call. Just Give me a sec. I'll quickly take the call. Just take a second. Sorry. Sorry for keeping on hold. Let me go back. Okay. 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 So there is a well-known library that's called Darts that helps us to manage search. If you have forecasting for one product, you can do any forecasting algorithm easily. When you have multi forecasting, then it's become difficult to implement. So Darts helps on that for a large amount of data. And there is another option, which is custom loss function. So if you can use some custom loss function, implement, which may improve the solution further. So these are the further improvement possibilities that we suggested to the customer. Anybody have any questions? I'm done with this part. No question? Okay. Introduction to GenAI. I'll quickly go to the introduction because everybody knows. I'll go to the project quickly. So this is a well-known picture. You probably know artificial intelligence is not about machine learning only because that contains some automation which can be done through some Python programming also. Machine learning, part of the machine learning is deep learning, and using the deep learning only, the transformer model which brought the generative AI stuff. And within generative AI, it's not a just large language model because vision models, there are audio video models also. So LLM is the major part of the generative AI, but not all. This is very important. Like in 1980s, the RNN first started, and the recurrent neural network, which is predicting the sequence. Like the well-known example, the cat sat on a next word is here. So it can predict the next word. But it was struggling when the sentence is large. It was forgetting the object or subject. And then that problem was solved by LSTM, long and short term memory. So it helped to remember the initial part of the sentence in case of a long sentence. Then first came in 2014 encoder decoder attention things, the basic transformer model started coming. So that was a drastic change in the industry. And then finally in 2017, the attention all you need, the famous white paper came from Google, which changed it all. So where from the new era of GenAI started. So this model started developing just like ChatGPT and OpenAI models and different multiple companies, Facebook, Google, everybody came up with that model. But that started from this 2017. And there are some more enhancements came 2018, 2018, but this is very important. And you can go through and read the white paper. That's very interesting. Very high level architecture of LLM. LLM has, you probably have seen the detailed architecture in that all you need. If you understood that, then you don't need to understood this because this is the simpler version of that. So I'm just quickly go through. You are giving an input text when you are asking some question. That is, you are giving an input sequence. You want the next sentence. The sequence to sequence model. LLM is also a sequence to sequence model. It just predicts the next sentence. Your next sentence of your question is the answer. So tokenizes the input text, then it's embeds using a embedding model. Each words gets a vector assigned, and then positional encoding, the relation between the words that been created using the positional encoding. Then it goes to attention mechanism, feed forward, neural network, normalization layer, and then output. If anybody have question, please ask. Don't hesitate. From architecture wise, there are three type of model: encoding only model, decoding only model, encoder decoder model. So you know decoder are most famous like GPT models and all. So I will quickly go through this one. Yeah, this is very important. We even when we are working in the industry and uh, the the evaluation or the innovation of GenAI is going so fast, it's very difficult to cope up. So we lot of time talk about GenAI, agentic AI, agents, lot of things, compound model, multimodal. So you need to understand the basic differences of these things. So first is the chatbot. Basic chatbots, you ask a question, it gives the answer. So sequence to sequence model, just LLM is working there. RAG. RAG means you a model is trained on suppose Wikipedia. It has all the information on the Wikipedia and it can give you answer related to that. But if it can ask some information related to TCS, it may not be knowing because that's some our internal documents we have the information. So we can create a vector database using those internal documents and refer the model, refer the query. First, search a vector related to this query and add that vector chunk related to the vector. There is a text chunk that will become the context of the prompt and will pass to the LLM, and LLM will can answer to the question. So that's why you probably all knowing that. Agentic AI, where you are using some more tools on top of LLM. So it can adding some activities, actions, web searching, like that. Compound AI system. So if you have more than one LLM in a model, we tell it that it's a compound AI system. Like what suppose you want to there is a large sequence of sentences you want to uh, summarize it, but it is not in English. So you first have to use a translator to translate it to English and then summarize. So two LLM model you are using. So that's the compound AI system. Generative media. So it is related to audio, video, and all. Multimodal AI, when a model is capable of suppose input as a audio, output as a text, input as text, output as a image, those kind of model we talk about multimodal. Domain specific AI. So sometime for domain specific cases, we have to fine tune a model. So foundations model are being fine tuned to use for a specific cases for a particular customer or organization. Industry use case for GenAI. Okay, so this is about a healthcare organization. Okay, before I start, anybody have any question? Okay. So ABC suppose a healthcare organization, and uh, the problem statement is that complex classification challenge. That means uh, this organization has a lot of medical products, and there are some mm, healthcare products which may be used some in operation. It's maybe some operation equipments and all, and they regularly collect complaint of the product, complaint or feedback. And the requirement is that classify the healthcare complaints is complex due to announced language and domain specific terminology. The medical has its own set of terminology. It's not very easy to classify because your LLM model that you are using may not have heard about a lot of this word. It may have been trained in Wikipedia, but Wikipedia may not have those medical terms. So that's the challenge. Use of a large language model, the project leverages LLM, of course, with prompt engineering and fine tuning to improve classification accuracy. Data privacy and compliance, ensure compliance in the healthcare and data privacy because it has a lot of PII data, personally identifiable information. You cannot expose it outside. Robust evaluation and scalability. The solution must scale efficiently with robust evaluation using metric like F1 score, PC and equal, etc. That we will know. And finally, for this project, we had a target of at least 90% accuracy. So let me explain a little bit, or maybe let me go to the, okay, yeah, there I can explain better. So the project is simple, but achieve a 90% accuracy is very, very, very difficult. So there it comes how you best utilize ALLM. So that's how it shows. It's very simple problem, but some tips and tricks make it possible to achieve that accuracy. So in terms of hackathon that you are doing, it's like not every time you will be able to do a very high innovative new things and all, but some small innovation can bring a lot of help. So in industry we do whenever required a lot of such small innovation we have to do. It may not be something big, it may not have any patent, it may not be, but it has a greater impact on the business or the industry. So let me go through this one. This one, what we are doing, we have a complaint, some complaint, maybe it contains 15, 20, 30 odd sentences, detailed complaint, which is coming from the patient or doctor or sales representative, medical representative, something like that, related to a medical equipment. And that description, we are putting into LLM and asking them to do some primary classification, maybe around 5 or 10 classes, which type of complaint it is. And then each primary class, each type of complaint, there may be another 10, 15 subclasses that have to be identified. So 10, suppose 10 classes, and for each class there is around 10 subclasses. So that's the ask of the project to figure that out. That will be stored in a database and will be analyzed by the specialist. So then a specialist will do the decision whether how what changes needs to be done in the equipment or what needs to be changed the user guide information so that the users or the doctors, medical practitioners are well versed how to use that equipment and all. So, but our job is to make the primary classification and then the secondary classification. Yeah, I don't know if you have heard about land graph. This is nowadays highly being used in the industry. So we use this and we achieved a very high accuracy with it. If you just do a prompt engineering, write a prompt to classify, it won't do. You can do some fine tuning, that's also not very easy and expensive also. So we took this approach using LangGraph. Because you may have heard about LangChain as well, where we can chain the steps in sequence. So 3 steps: user input, translation, summarization, output. Make chain them together and it will work. So that's sequence of steps. But when you have complex scenario, you have lot of models being used and lot of intercommunication between the models, lot of cyclic acyclic communication looping are there. Then you have to use this lang graph. So what we did, we use the first model. We send a prompt. It has detailed prompt. We won't go to that. But primary thing that suppose I have taken 5 classes, for example, but it had more than 10 classes in practical use cases. Just out of the 5 class, classify which class it goes. It may goes to 1 class, 2 class, or 3 class, or 4 class also. So suppose after primary classification by the LLM, it goes to 3 class. So it may be identified that it is part of class 1, class 2, and class 2. So from here it comes here. These are nodes of the land graph. Then what you will have to do here, another LLM will be called and reconfirm Does it really belong to class 1? Earlier, your prompt was checking for 10, 12 classes. So prompt was open. Now your prompt is more closed. It's only asking yes or no. Is it type of this class 1 or not? So if yes, good, and go to the next step. If no, go back to the reclassification. Reclassify again, correct your mistake, reclassify again, and come back. If it is class 2, come to class 2 and check again. Checking done, it is good. Go to the next step, do the secondary classification, list of classification as well. So this is how it works. So it can be, this is not very complex. In industry, we sometimes make it more complex also, long graph, but long graphs achieves lot of difficult requirement easily. Uh, it, it's in from the student life. When you see using LLM, I ask a question, it will give the answer. Uh, it's it's not just the way that you make it implemented in customer. When you have to implement it for customer, you have to achieve certain accuracy, and to achieve certain accuracy, you have to use this kind of a strategy to achieve a very high accuracy. Anybody have any question? Okay, so project outcome, we achieved more than 90% accuracy. Um, there was a that we could have done fine tuning, but fine tuning has a lot of challenges because that requires different infrastructure, maintaining that can drift, run, fine tune again. So customer was not aligned with that, so we could not use the fine tuning. But yes, fine tune could have been another solution of this use case. Okay, and I was saying these classes and subclasses were stored in database and then represented as a dashboard to the specialist for the decision making. Okay, I'm done with this project. Anybody have any question? Okay, go to the next part, hackathon that you are doing. You are the smart guys. So why hackathon? So fostering innovation, hackathon promote creative and out of the box thinking to generate novel solutions within a short time frame. Encouraging teamwork, yeah, that helps a lot. It's just not always, I don't know how your hackathon is designed, but if it has involves teamwork, you can do it together, do it because that helps a lot. Because that attitude will help you in the industry a lot. Rapid prototyping. Participants quickly build working models to accelerate validation and development cycles. Talent recognition, hackathons identify skilled and individuals and provide platforms for showcasing creativity and career growth. Well, benefits of hackathon: skill development, participants gain new skills and not hands-on experiences. Teamwork and communication, hackathon fosters collaboration. Networking opportunity, events connect participants with peers, industry experts. So that the network in the industry is very important. So you need to have interact with people, and knowing people helps in the industry. Organizational innovation, hackathon help organizations discover innovative solutions, identify talent, and boost employee engagement. Yeah, we in TCS we gone through a large hackathon last couple of months. So hackathon is not just for the students, for the employees as well. Key criteria for hackathon ideas. So, so when you are giving an idea or you are building a solution, uh, innovative innovation introduces new or improved AI solutions with creative approaches and push bounds. So innovation is the primary thing to all know. So keep it in mind, and very important thing, keep it in mind. It is something has to be unique. So lot of uh, so lot of ideas comes to the hackathon. A lot of people come with different ideas, but try to make it very unique, different from others. So that will make the differentiation. Feasibility within constraints. Feasibility ensures ideas are implementable within limited time and resources during hackathon. So that is keep in mind. So what you can really implement, come up with that kind of idea. Emphasis on impact. Yeah, this is very important. So creativity and impact are rewarded when teams take bold steps to solve challenges uniquely. So how large impact your solution has, that brings a lot of value. So you think about it when you are giving an idea or implementing an idea, how impact it has. And most important impact is on the industry and society. So it says impact focuses on tangible benefit, solving real world problems in industry and society. That's our most rewarding. So keep that in mind. And above all, patents represent originality, legal protection, but that's not the sole success indicator in hackathon. So everybody's idea only be patented. So uh, don't be, if you can, that's great. But otherwise, this is very 2 point I'll emphasize is unique. Try to come up with the idea unique and try to come up with the idea which has very uh, huge impact on the industry or society. That's it. That's I'm done with the presentation. So please ask if you have questions. Anybody have any questions? Please don't hesitate.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
सर मेरा सर क्वेश्चन था
हाँ हाँ.
सर जैसे हमारा जो कैटेगरी है हमारा प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट का सर वो था सॉफ्टवेयर कैटेगरी
हम्म.
और सर हमारा जो ग्रैंड फिनाले में सिलेक्शन हो गया टॉप 5 टीम्स में बट सर हमारा जो उसमें जो पार्ट है सर उसमें आईओटी पार्ट भी है
ओके ओके.
तो सर उस पे मेरे को थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा था सर कि कुछ इशू अगर ना हो तो आगे चल के
I mean whether you can really implement a IoT-based solution or not, or
सर मेजर मेजर इश्यू सर ये है कि जैसे हमारा जो प्रोजेक्ट है सर उसमें हमने हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर दोनों को इंटीग्रेट कर दिया है क्या सर ये और लेकिन जो हमारा प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है वो सॉफ्टवेयर कैटेगरी में बिलोंग करता है क्या सर ये एक इशू बन सकता है ग्रैंड फिनाले में
I am not aware of the rules and regulation of the hackathon. So I think your coordinators will be able to answer that.
सर मैंने कंसेंट फॉर्म तो सबमिट कर दिया लेकिन अभी तक नोडल सेंटर से कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया
हेलो आप नाम
Okay.
क्या है आपका हेलो 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 माय नेम इज मोहम्मद मुस्तकीम
यस सर
यस टेल मी व्हाट योर क्वेश्चन
सर क्वेश्चन इज दैट कि जो हमने प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट जो हमने आईडिया सबमिट किया है वो हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर कैटेगरी का है जो हमने
हाँ
पीपीटी सबमिट किया है लेकिन जो प्रोटोटाइप हमने डेवलप किया है वो प्रोटोटाइप हाइब्रिड है मतलब सॉफ्टवेयर और हार्डवेयर दोनों कैटेगरी में
ओके
लाइक इज 50-50% हार्डवेयर 50% सॉफ्टवेयर
सॉफ्टवेयर और हार्डवेयर दोनों का आईओटी बेस्ड है सॉफ्टवेयर में सिलेक्ट हुआ
यस
है
सर यस सर ग्रैंड फिनाले में सेलेक्टेड है हम लोग
हेलो
हेलो
हार्डवेयर क्वेश्चन बताओ
सर
दोबारा
आपका जो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है जिसमें आपका सिलेक्शन हुआ है उसकी जो कैटेगरी है आपका उसी बेसिस पे आपका जज होगा
सर अगर आईओटी चीजें हमने उसमें इंटीग्रेट कर रखा है तो क्या सर वो डिमेरिट है हमारे लिए
नहीं नहीं आपको रिमूव कुछ नहीं करना है आपकी प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट कौन सी है
सर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट में 25128
एक काम कीजिए एक SIH जो ईमेल आईडी है हेल्प डेस्क वाला उस पर एक मेल कर दीजिए और इनोवेशन ऑफिसर को भी साथ में सीसी रखिएगा ताकि एक बार हम लोग जो है आपका क्वेरी देख लेंगे एंड देन वी विल रिजॉल्व इट
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
And batch
Thank
4 will be coming today.
Okay, sir.
you, sir.
हेलो
Next.
सर एक्सक्यूज मी सर सर हमारा अभी नोडल सिटी अलॉट हुआ है बट अभी तक नोडल सेंटर अलॉट नहीं हुआ है सो इज देयर एनी चांसेस कि जल्द से जल्द हो जाए क्योंकि बुकिंग एंड ट्रैवलिंग का कंफर्म करने में बहुत इश्यूज आ रहे हैं उसके रिलेटेड नोडल सेंटर सिटी इज गुंटूर आंध्र प्रदेश
So,
आप SIH की पोर्टल पे देखिए ना एक बार,
hello,
सब कुछ
sir.
SIH की पोर्टल पे आपको मिल जाएगा।
सर हमारा 4th बैच का रिजल्ट कब देगा?
आज आज
सर एसआईएच के पोर्टल पे मतलब कॉलेज या कोई सेंटर स्पेसिफाई किया ही नहीं अभी तक टू बी डिसाइडेड बता रहे हैं बहुत दिन से दैट्स व्हाई आज फॉर एनी इज देयर एन अपडेट कोई
कुछ
अपडेट
न्यू नोडल सेंटर बने हैं ना, तो उनकी रैकी चल रही है, और अभी इस वीक पता चल जाएगा आपको।
सर लाइक इसका इशू क्या होता है कि हम लोग को लाइक टिकट्स अरेंज करने में लाइक प्रॉब्लम होती है फिर।
ओके, तो आप एक मेल कर दीजिए उस पर, हेल्प डेस्क पे।
या
Mustaqim, it seems like they do not have any questions regarding the
यस यस,
presentation.
आप क्वेश्चन, हाँ
Yeah, I
यस सर,
can.
यस सर। सर जस्ट आस्क योर क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग दिस प्रेजेंटेशन।
Yeah,
ओके,
if you anybody have any questions regarding the presentation, then
Yes,
I
sir.
can try
Yes,
to
sir.
answer.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपने कहा था जेन एआई इज द पार्ट ऑफ डीप लर्निंग
Hmm.
देन फर्स्ट थिंग आई नेवर नो अबाउट रिलेटेड टू मशीन लर्निंग हाउ टू डेवलप एआई सर आप मुझे इतना बताइए कि ये जो मशीन लर्निंग का जब हम स्टार्ट करते हैं जर्नी तो क्या ये डेटा साइंस से स्टार्ट होता है या हमें एज अ सिंप्लीफाई करके डायरेक्ट मशीन लर्निंग पे जंप करना चाहिए
See, if you start, it starts with statistics and algebra. If you want to start from there, but nowadays people are not trying to go in depth of statistics or algebra, which is the backbone of these machine learning models. If you start with the linear regression, that's the basic model. Everybody has learned at the first model. So that's the base if you want to go. Otherwise, just start with the models, how it works. And if your target is GenAI, then at least learn the neural network, because GenAI is based on LLM models primarily. And LLM models are built on transformer models. And transformer models are what? They are basically some complex neural network. So at least learn neural network, how it works. Then you go with the LLM and GenAI stuff.
सो वन थिंग मैंने अपना जर्नी डिसाइड किया था क्योंकि बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी स्ट्रॉन्ग फाउंडेशन ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स सच एज कैलकुलस देन मैंने डेटा साइंस में स्टार्ट किया था numpy पांडा मैटप्लॉटलिब एंड नाउ आई एम कमिंग फॉर scikit learn is
Hmm.
this journey correct
Yeah, basically this is the journey for machine learning. This, if you just talk about data science, that involves mathematics and statistics also, but it's okay. You started learning using Python, and the more primary packages are pandas, yes, and scikit-learn is one of the very popular package where machine learning models are being implemented. So if you want to implement new logistic regression, linear regression, decision tree, you will use those packages from scikit-learn. But there are, and that is a very good approach. Do that, learn the model, how you can implement. But also, for your information, there are other packages also similar to scikit-learn that you can learn later on, like TensorFlow, PyTorch. Okay.
thank you sir
excuse me sir
Yeah.
hello yeah my doubt was regarding that model running the models suppose I want to run my model in the very low network or probably zero network area then how should be our approach for building? Means how we should build that model, means how we should make sure that it works at highest accuracy in such conditions or environments.
So if you have low network or no network, then you cannot put anything in the cloud or something like that. So normally this kind of solution, what we do in industry, suppose the industry has a infrastructure away from the city and there is very poor network and some uh, uh, near real-time solution is required, then we use edge devices to implement that in the edge devices. So in NVIDIA, there are some Xavier kind of models are there which provide edge devices with GPU. So you can implement your model, deploy your model within the edge devices, and it will run without network. Maybe it will run within only the local area network. Where you will implement. Depends the kind of requirement you have. Yeah, this thing.
Uh, Actually, I went through one approach that one of my senior told me that search about the catching related. He told me about something like high level catching. I'm reading right now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's when you have poor network. It's not like that you don't have network. Networking is poor. So you can implement caches so that at least the front end performance is faster. And that you can do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, sir. I have one doubt. Our project integrates some AI model. It's like a um, healthcare domain. So I want the data sets which related to healthcare domain. Where can I get the data sets to train my model, sir?
You will find a lot of data sets in the Kaggle. Kaggle is very good repository for the data sets. You can start there.
But I have searched for that kidney related person's data set. I can't able to find. Do you know about other platforms to get the data sets, sir?
When I was in colleges long time back, we were searching for this, but at the industry we are dealing with all the customer data, and that we normally cannot share. But okay, I will check, and if I find some more platforms where we can get free data sets, but you can Google. I think that will give you the information somewhere. But as you said, I will check, and if possible, I will come back with the answer to, to
Okay,
this
sir.
forum or yeah. And one other forum you can follow, that's a very good forum for machine learning, but you won't have much about data sets, I think. That is the Medium. You can follow Medium. Medium has very, very good material for GenAI, AI, and machine learning, all of them.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sorry, someone has.
Sir, I'm having doubt related to the hackathon, sir.
Okay.
Yes. Tell me.
Sir, the dress code format for that, sir, there is any format in printing T-shirts, sir? Excuse me, sir. Am I audible?
This information will be shared. एक repository we will share. We will share all the necessary or
We will share the designs and the information with the team's repository. We will share it on the Google Drive later on. No issue.
Okay, sir. Sir, and for each problem statement, there will be a title winner, sir.
yes, title is there. No?
So once again, sir.
What is your question? मतलब आपको title तो है ना सबका?
Sir, well, each problem statement get the title winner or only some title winners, sir?
In one team, in one PS, one winner will be winner.
Okay, sir. You are saying that for every problem statement, there will be a title winner, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, मेरा एक क्वेरी था मुस्तकिम सर कि हम वेट लिस्टेड टीम क्या कर सकते हैं अभी?
वेट लिस्ट टीम का सर ये होगा कि अगर कोई बैकआउट करता है तो उसको हम आगे लेके आएंगे। अभी तो वेट करना पड़ेगा।
Mustaqim, I think I can leave now. I guess.
Sir, your
Sir,
presentation
continue.
is completed.
Yes, that's completed.
Okay, okay.
And if anybody have any question, then I can answer. Otherwise, I can leave.
Anyone has a question regarding this presentation, or then you can ask.
So we are making a model for local people like who are not aware, who are not much into the technology. So how can we train our LLM model that will be beneficial for them, like local language, and how we can make the AI model more efficient for the local people who are not much, who don't know much about the technology, sir.
So, if I understood correctly, your objective is that use the LLM model, which can talk with the local language and local activity related question answer it can give, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are making it for the village people.
Correct. So I think what you can do first, take it out in different repositories like Hugging Face or the models which are being developed by Google, Facebook, or other companies. If there is any model which is a solution based on the local language that you are talking about, if there, then you can use that and do some fine tune for the local related activity. Suppose let's take an example. There is a model you found that can do the chatbot communication with Telugu. So now communication you can do, but it cannot answer properly about the village related activities like how they will farm, do farming, uh, fishing, maybe dairy farms. This kind of related question they are not being able to answer. So in such scenario, the first problem is solved because its language specific model is there, but it's not know about some rural specific things which model is not trained on. So model need then in that case you have to fine tune the model, the instruction fine tune. So it knows some of the things, but it's missing a lot of the things related to very specific to rural village stuff. So like there are very important framework like LoRa. If the model related to OpenAI, OpenAI has its own framework where you can instruction fine tune a model. So that means where you can give some input and output, set of input and output, similar like machine learning. The feature and target, here we have input along with the question, that's the prompt, and the answer, how the answer looks like. You have to create the data set, use a framework like OpenAI or LoRa, and fine tune the model. Then it will start answering your local village related question answer.
Thank you, sir.
And if in case there is nothing that related to the language you are looking for, then this is a big task. You will have to train the model from scratch. That's a very big task. Training a model, GNI LLM model from scratch, that's a big job. You need big infrastructure, big set of input data set. So hopefully you will find a model with your local language. Already somebody probably has done it.
Yes, sir, we'll find something. Thank you, sir.
Anybody have any other question related to the presentation?
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
So related to about hackathon. So
Related
if
to
we,
hackathon, you can mail. Okay.
I have a doubt, sir, about BOM, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm Chandni, sir.
Yes, yes, yeah, tell me.
So our domain is related to how we have doubt how to fill the BOM. That's why I asked, sir.
BOM is for the, like, if you require anything that needs to be procured by the institute at your nodal center, you can mention the details there and fill the form. There is also a form that you can download and upload there. that is you need to do, because hardware like Arduino or any other chipset or any other liquid gas something and anything that you require, you can mention it there and put it in your BOM form. We will procure the list. We will share it with the nodal center.
Yeah, okay, sir. But we have select, but they not mentioned institute name till now, sir.
Okay, it must be under TBD, right?
Ah, yes, sir. To be
Yeah.
declared.
No issues. You can just fill the form and we will share it to the nodal center. Meanwhile, we will also be announcing the nodal center information soon. Like, and it is right now under processing.
Okay, sir. Sir, if it is any possible to change the details about the person in the team,
Yeah,
sir?
there is also an option when you are going to give the consent. There is also an option to update the team leader and member information. You can you also need to update the consent letter during that time.
Ah, yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for your participation. A special thank you to our trainers, Sri Avijit Dattaji, for sharing valuable knowledge and guidance. We wish all SIS 2025 participants, 2025 participants, the very best for your journey and innovations. Stay motivated and stay creative and keep innovating for India. Have a great day ahead. Jai Hind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.